Good evening, everyone. Welcome all of you to join us tonight on this online event. Today, we are very honored to have Associate Professor Lim Huan Seng to share with us Recovering the Local Collective Pride, a record of the restorations of Li Wei King portrait of Cheng Hun Ting Temple in Malacca. So, without any further delay, let's welcome our guest speaker of the night, Professor Ling. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you for hello.
Hello.
Everyone. This is Ling Huan Seng from Taipei, and thank you for Shoujin is introduced me here.
Professor Ling, tonight you are going to share with us on the restorations of Li Wei King portrait of Cheng Hun Ting Temple in Malacca. So probably you can just tell us how this thing was started.
Yeah, well, I'm very happy that today is Shoujin introduced me here, and I still remember the first time when I was introduced to Qing Yun Ting Temple as one of the possibility conservator to Qing Yun Ting, because I still remember that Shoujin is one of the committee member at the time, and Qing Yun Ting's people is really very carefully to start this project, because the portrait is so important for them, and the portrait is for the temple, and also I should say it's very important for Malacca people, because it's the third when I first time see the painting, it is really in a very bad condition, and I just do so many check in Qing Ting Temple, but at the time the people still want to show them. They have so many question about that. For example, like they are worried about how to start it, or they are worried about send it to overseas, to Taipei, to do the conservation, something like that. So we start a very long discussion, and I still remember that that is Shoujin. That is when we start to talk about that.
2015. 2015. 7 years back.
It is quite a long time. It probably we spent two years to discuss how to do it, and tonight what I want to share with people here is what I start, and how the painting start its conservation project in Malaysia. This is today what I want to share here.
Okay. Right. Thanks, Professor. But before we move on, just allow me to share with you probably some of the participants or the audience of the night. They do not have the background stories of what is Li Wei King is about, or Cheng Hun Ting is about. So allow me to just spend a few minutes just to give you some brief idea. So this Cheng Hun Ting Temple, in fact, is the oldest Chinese temple in the peninsula of Malay. So it's in West Malaysia. you do not find any Chinese temple that is older than Cheng Hun Ting. So for all the years, Cheng Hun Ting has been existed, but when it first started, it was not meant to be a temple. It was started as an arbitrary court because Cheng Hun Ting it was the office of Chinese captain, or we call it Kapitan. So this Li Wei King, he was the second Kapitan of the Chinese community in Malacca back in the colonization period of Netherlands or Holland. Okay, but as we dig down further, probably one day the history will rewrite because there seems to be more Kapitans existed before Li Wei King. But what is the greatest contributions of Li Wei King to the Malacca? Back in the year 1685, he bought Bukit Cina, or we call it Cina Sanbaosan, and he gifted it or presented it to Cheng Hun Ting. And from then, this Bukit Cina has been a cemetery. And until today, this Bukit Cina is no longer a cemetery because it was fully occupied. Okay, fully occupied by our great grand ancestor. So throughout the years, Cheng Hun Ting, it was the center of the Chinese community, and this portrait of Li Wei King already existed more than 200 years, and it is a time that we need to do something in order to conserve it and pass down to the next generation. That's why we approached Professor Ling and his team, and then they come over here and do the restorations job for Cheng Hun Ting. So now I will pass back to Professor Ling, and probably Professor Ling can further elaborate on how this job was done. Professor Ling, thank you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for your introduce for the very brief and basically history of Qing Yun Ting. But this is very important when we start to understand Li Wei Jing's the poetry conservation for the Li Wei Jing's poetry. To understand Qing Yun Ting is the temple is really very important. So, okay, let me just introduce, start my my talk tonight. And okay, when I start to join the project, it is very how to say, it is a very interesting a story because I was a historian. I was studying Chinese art history, but after that I went to Japan to start my conservation training in Kyoto. But when I was a student of Chinese art history, I read a book, or I have to say, the author is so-called Van Gulik. He is a Dutch. He is a Dutch, and you know, the first time when I visit Qing Yun Ting, and Qing Yun Ting's people show me in the main gate. In the main gate, there are so many columns there, and one of the column is just Van Gulik write down something there. So it is really very interesting for me. It seems that one who introduced me to learn the Chinese mountain, Chinese paintings conservation is Van Gulik. And when I first time doing the overseas project is come to the temple, who Van Gulik was showing the temple. So it seems in Chinese is so-called some 因缘. So let me come to the temple to do the conservation project. And I'm really very glad that Qinting finally accept my conservation process to do Li Weijing's portrait. But when I start the conservation portrait, what I think is why I do the conservation for this portrait. This is very important for me to start it. So when I start it, the final the main goal is already there, because I try to go through conservation, repair Li Weijing's portrait to glory as a what is the meaning? Okay, to glory the local culture. This is what my main goal. My main goal to do the repair of Li Weijing's portrait is what I want to glory of the local culture. That the people here they can admire their own local culture again. Okay, so this is very important for me, and this is very important for people who start to take care of the cultural heritage in Malaysia or your hometown in Malaysia, anywhere, no matter. That is very important. Okay, so when you see that this picture, there is when I start, this is lots of very important thing here. Let me just introduce you here. In the left left side, the bottom one is the cans in the Kangaroo in KL. Yeah, in KL. Is the whole process is very they get lots of people to help me to start the conservation process. Finally, I agree with Qinting committees. They agree with them. Do not bring the painting go back to Taipei, and we find a very important how to say okay, we find a very important sponsor. The sponsor is Datu Chen Wenjiang in KL. So the left bottom picture here, there's Chen Wenjiang Natu in KL. He he gave us a very good conservation room, and this picture is in the Ken Gary Conservation Center. Okay, and during the painting, during the process, I make lots of equipment here in KL. It means if you want to start it, everything is possible happen here beside the technique. But technique, you can learn some techniques, is not so difficult. But what I want to mention again and again here is it really can happen in Malaysia, in Malaysia, and in anywhere in Malaysia. So, and when I start the conservation process, and I also try to let people, the conservator, I contact with the Islam Museum in KL. They get a very good conservation center. Also, they get a very great the collection. And when I start the project probably in 2080 year, and finish it in the early spring of 2019, probably. Yeah, 2019. We start to talk with the committee of青云亭for about two years, and we start to do the conservation process for one year. Okay, and during from 2018, I fly every 1 month from Taipei to KL every month. So I'm really very get a great thanks for Nadu Chen Wenjiang. And at the time when I came to KL, when I start the painting, the process, I will write to the conservator in Islam Museum. Let them know how I do the painting here. I think it's very important to that different people to understand the project is starting in Malaysia. And the left side and the upper slide here. Okay, I'm sorry. She is the really very important person. She is Chen Liqin. Without her, the process can be not so smooth to start and not so smooth to finish. I really have to say very thank you, big thanks for her. And so let me start to show some picture. This is the before treatment, and the painting it is put in on a frame, the frame, and upper side is some documentation, and lower part is the picture. It's a picture, and it's a wood frame. When I open the wood frame, there is a very simple paper. put on the back side, there are only a Chinese character writing there is 新加坡, only the right there. So probably the painting was bring to Singapore to do the treatment before. Okay, but青云亭they would like the frame to use it again to put it on the same room to show people when they visit the temple. So I make the same duplication. I make a duplication here, and when after treatment, and put the duplication can show in the temple, and the original one, we just making it into a hand scroll, and wrote it and give him a box to preserve the painting. Okay, so this is the after treatment. After treatment, it is put in a very oriental. It's a Eastern Asia traditional way to preserve painting. A box. So-called hand scroll. This is hand scroll. Okay, so you can. This is the duplication. This is duplication. The duplication will put it back to the room, the same room that people can to see it. But the original one is into a hand scroll, and you can roll it. Roll it is because it is Eastern Asia's original. The traditional thinking, you roll it and you will cut the UV from the light, and it is a very important way to protect painting, protect the color from the lights, because they got some UV lights is easy to damage the color. So we roll it and we make a very good box. The box, so try to control the environment to keep it out from the humidity. It is a good way to preserve the painting. Okay, so this is a before treatment and after treatment. Okay, this is before treatment and after treatment, and this is before and after. So after treatment, it is much more easier to understand the character, and easy to read the painting, read the documentation. Okay. Before that is very damaged. Lots of the part is very fragile. Okay. See. Okay. Especially here, and you can see most of the part is just live up. So I have to take out all the old lining paper and put a new lining paper and do some toning on the documentation. So then we can easier to read the character.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see here. Okay. So This is lots of Eastern Asia painting. When they go into this situation, most of them need to take out old lining paper. They put so many layer of lining paper and try to keep it, make the paper, make the painting, make the documentation strong, and then they can put it into the next 50 years, or put it next 100 years. So the conservation of the Eastern Asia painting, the traditional painting, we need to take out the old lining paper, but the technique is very it takes a long time to learn it. This is why I spent 10 years in Japan to learn the technique. While I went to Japan, when I knocked the door to the conservation studio, they are not asking me how much salary you want. They use a very traditional way to ask me, can you bring 10 years here? Can you bring 10 years here? This is a very traditional way to learn the technique, because they want you remember all the technique in your body, because you do it every day. You do it 1 year, another, and continue to learning it to the 10 year, and you can see so many different kind of style. Then you get your experience to do any kind of paintings conservation, and help you to do the judgment, what you want to do, and how to resolve the problem here. Okay. So after we do the toning in Chinese way, we say 全色. 全 is the 安全的全, 色 is color. Toning is you put the hole here. There are a hole here, and you put the color like same with the around the hole, just like the left one. So it is an easy way to make you to read the character. Okay, here is the compare too. Okay. See, this is really very dangerous, and they will when they fall down, there is disappear. It will disappear. So you need to do you have to make it into conservation. Okay. This is a documentations here. Okay, we go into the portrait. Same problem. Why the left side is before treatment. There are so many a hole there, and the paper is just a lit up. So we and you can see the eye after we wash it after we do some cleaning, you can see the eye is much more clear. You can see that. Yeah. Yes. Okay. And we go into the clothes. For me, it is very interesting in this painting. My experience of Chinese, the Eastern Asia poetry, when they most of the poetry, they will use the indigo as the blue pigment, but in Li Wei Jin's poetry, whole the clothes, it is made from the blue stone. The color, the color is so beautiful, and the pigment is really so thin. It is not easy to have this kind of blue color at that time. It is a very when you first time to see that, it is a very simple portrait, but if you read the detail, there are so many amazing detail in the painting. Especially the blue color, the clothes, and some after that we can see some pattern, the color, the clothes pattern, and the shoes also have very interesting detail. Later I will talk to you. But when I see the blue stone color, the blue color is a blue stone, I find that probably at the same time in China, there in Guangzhou, in Guangdong area, they also use some the blue stone color. It was import by Arabian business. That's very interesting. So I think the Li Wei Jin's poetry use the blue color is probably to show how rare it is. And I also see some of the blue stone painting, the pigment in painting in Islam Museum in KL. There are some painting also use the very rare blue color with the blue stone. That is very interesting for me. Okay, so you can see some pattern here, some pattern in pattern, the flower pattern. Okay. We also, this is the hole here, and we also try to find out the same blue color, but actually it is very difficult to find the good blue one. Now we have, of course, we can find out some blue color, but the Li Wei Jin's portrait's blue color is really terrible good, that we cannot find a close one to do the how to say, do the toning. So okay. Here is the shoes. The shoes, they use the white color in front of the shoes. If you see the front side, you can see the little dot in this area. It is really delicate. Okay, and we also try to do some small part to do the try to figure out the lost part, try to make it as it was painted before here, the broken area. Okay, but the broken area is putting on a paper. We paint it on the paper, and then we paste it in front in the front side. Then if one day the color is changing, or one day we try to take it out, then it is very easy. If you use water, then you can take it out from the painting. Okay. So you also can see the so many holes here. So after treatment, and we just we infill the paper, and we infill the color. Okay. But if some dirty how to say, if we cannot use the water to take out the stain, we will leave it there. And we will not use some chemical liquid to wash it, because it's no good for the painting. Okay, and this is a conservation process when we try to take out the backside of the frame, and we use the side light to check out. So side light is a very good way when we check the damage of the painting. But it is a very everyone can use it, because if you use your cell phone, then you can have the side light, just like the slide I show you here. It is a very good way to check out the damage when you next time when you see the painting. Please use it. Okay. And here is in Kangaroo Conservation Center, and we making a table in KL, and we making a lighting table in KL too. It's from a Chinese carpenter, a local person. Is a friend of Nadu Chen Wenjiang. So we really very appreciate the carpenter. His technique is really good. and really very helpful for us. Also helpful for the painting's conservation. And we protect the feng when we start to take out the lining paper. So we have to protect the feng with some paper, so-called chemical fiber paper. Chemical fiber paper is actually the chemical fiber. This means there is polyester. Is a polyester. Okay, painting also, and we only use the water and the chemical fiber paper to protect the feng shui, and then we put it on the lighting table. And we start to take out the old lining paper, every layer. And just like the first time in the beginning, I tell you, the painting was sent to Singapore to do the treatment before. So at that time, probably they are not take out all the lining paper because take out the old lining paper is very difficult. It's difficult to do and very dangerous. So most of the time, in the old time, the conservator they will not take out every layer of the painting. So this time we try to take out every layer, every old one, in order we can get a very good quality this time.
How many layers are there?
At least three. Some part is 3, some part is 5 layers.
Oh.
So, and then this is put it the new paper. Yeah, the paper is from Japan. It's really very good kozo paper, really good kozo. And what we also do some we dye the paper in a very good brown color, to most close to the documentation. Okay, and the right side is the portrait. Okay, and this is we show people here. We take out the chemistry fiber paper, and you see there are no any color, no any color or no any paper take out from the painting or take out from the documentation. It means it is very safe. We are not destroy the painting, or we are not destroy the documentation during the conservation process. And then we do infill paper. So we do infill paper one hole by one hole. Every hole we just take out the same shape, and we cutting it, and then we put it back again. It is a very delicate process. Okay, and we cut the paper in a very thin layer to put it into the broken part, like here. And all of this is Eastern Asia traditional technique. Okay. And now one of the Malaysia girl in my in Taipei in Taipei Zhengzhi University to have his master degree, and she also come to my studio to learn with us. Hope after she graduate, I think she can be very helpful for you people there. And after this is we put the detail scene, so you can see so many from horizontal side and vertical side we put everywhere. And we do color toning. Color toning is also a very important way when we do the Eastern Asia paintings conservation. It is very good if the person who is learning the fine art. So you can see that the toning is really very important. Then if you put the same the basic color, you can here. So you put the basic brown color and you toning it, and then make the whole can make you easy to read the character. So toning is very important. So if this job is a fine art person can do it, it is much better. And I also did I misunderstanding that Shojin, when you was young, you also learning the fine art, right? No. Okay.
I was doing commercial study.
Commercial. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So see, so this is before toning, and after toning, we can make the painting much more completely. Okay. So we choose the bouquet. The bouquet is the hanging scroll. The textile, we also say the bouquet, and we choose a brown one. And this is a very old fiber bouquet. The pattern is a Ming Dynasty pattern still in Japan. So we duplicate, and then because Li Weijing also the same probably with quite close to Li Weijing's period. So we choose the pattern. It is from Ming Dynasty to imported to Japan. So we use the pattern again, and we do duplicate to make a new textile, and we use the new textile to do the mounting for Li Weijing's portrait. In order that get a same feeling at that period. And this is a last lining. And after that, because we want to roll it, so we we will put some very not we rub it on the backside. This is also a old technique, because we want to let the three or 5 layers paper. They can much more join much more tight, fix or tight, and then it is easy for the roll it. Okay, make it softer.
Mm.
This is the final. Okay, so the completely way is like this, and we make a box here, and then the small box is much more easy to control the humidity, especially in Malaysia. It is the humidity change is very rush. Okay. My slides is finished here, and I would like to show. But if you I would like to show some. We after we do the conservation here.
Mm-hmm.
This is the end of the process is ending in Ken Gary Conservation Center, and then after that we organize conservation exhibition in青云亭Temple, and that why we do the exhibition. This is just what I say in tonight in the beginning. I would like to let Malakas people. This is the glory of the local people. So we send back the poetry to Malacca. We would like to invite all of the Malakas people come to see their ancient ancient poetry, how it is good to be treated, and hold the process. We showed it in the front of青云亭. It is a new architecture, so-called what? Sojin is a.
We had the exhibition in Ting Ju Ting.
Ting Ju Ting, yeah, Ting
Yeah,
Ju Ting.
just right opposite of the Ting
Yeah.
Ting Temple.
Yeah, at that time. So
Yeah.
this is just what I say is very interesting. Everything is setting for the painting. It's really very interesting. Whole process. Yeah, everything is really setting for Li Wei Jin's portraits conservation project. Okay, so can I show some the PDF part for the. Okay.
Yeah.
Please show the open it in to the very quickly to the last page. This book you can get it. Okay. 这已经是封底了。Give me some another yeah, one more please. One more. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And this is the first one is this is Nadu Chen Wenjiang here, and we also have 3 speech in three cities in Malaysia to introduce people that we do the Li Weijing portraits process. One is in Bintan in Penang, and one is in KL, and then the final one is in Malacca. To show people how this project. Okay, the other one. Next, please. And this is when we
having
do the
event
exhibition in Ting.
Yeah.
And why I really very care if this little book, this the conservation, this report, this book, without the painting, it is not so good. I insist that the people when they force a time to see the painting in Malacca, I would like to see how their feeling to show in this book. It is very important. Even the exhibition is only 2 days, probably. Yeah, only 2 days at the time. But I hope one day the exhibition can go around the other Malaysia city. I hope that Shoujin can help, or青云亭can help to that the exhibition can go around. And let me mention it again, that all the exhibition is organized by Chen Liqing. It's really it is really difficult to organize it, but it happened. Thank you for Liqing again. And I also hope the people who today can join us here to know more the how say it. I can say this is also it's a story. It's also because now it's 2022 this year, but it happened in 2017. It was 5 years ago. Yeah, it's 5 years ago. Okay, I finished my talk today, and this book you can have it. I just sent some book to青云亭. So if you have interesting about the whole process, or you would like to get the book, please contact with Shoujin here, or contact with青云亭, right? Shoujin.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
Thank you, Professor Ling. In fact, this is the book that Professor Ling is talking about. So it is a complete records of how this Li Weijing portrait it was conserved and restored. So this booklet consists of 42 pages, and we have some very limited numbers held with Cheng Hun Ting. Probably we can't give it all to the public, but we probably can keep some for the public if really someone is very much interested in reading or finding out more about this conservation job. There was a great job done by Professor Ling and his team. Okay. Before we move on, do we want to open to the audience? Probably they have some question to right now online. They can find out from Professor Ling. Professor Ling?
Yes.
Let them have the opportunity to ask anything regarding this.
Okay.
Is that right? Okay. So
Okay.
probably we open for 3 questions. Three.
Yes. People say the blue color layer seems very thick, very thick. It's making it's very difficult to do the conservation.
Yeah.
Yes, the people ask that. Yes, it is true. It is true, and
Mhm.
this is why. Okay, this is why I showed okay. Can we show? I see the slideshow here. Slideshow again to the last one. Slides, not the PDF, not the PDF. The
We go back to the portrait, right?
the portrait. Yeah.
The portrait of the color of the layer.
Okay. Here, if you see the box, we make a much more thick roller, thick roller, and try to make it bigger. The small one, the small wood, the small wood is too narrow, so it's not so good for you to keep the. If you roll it longer, the pigment is really is not so good for the pigment. So we make it bigger. How to say? I should show the. Did I have it in the book? Yeah. No, we can. We have know the. Know the. Oh, okay. Can you open the page 44? The book page 44. Pardon? Okay. Okay. Simply say yes. It is. It needs to use roll it, make the wood stick, not so to make it 把它的直径 how to say 把它那个直径变大。I don't know how to say it in English.
From which? You mean
The roller.
roller?
Yeah.
Is it because of the roller? Because I think what this question here is about the color of the painting. Is the blue
The
color
color
on
of
the
painting. Yes.
clothing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably we should go
Okay.
back to the page 40. Page 40 of this booklet.
Yeah. Okay. Here. The if you we this is the hand scroll, the roller here, but this is the 直径 is just like a coin. If you roll it longer, and the pigment is not so good for the pigment. So we try to make the when we're making a box, we also make a I call it big roller, big roller, and the big roller it is good for the painting a longer time. If you put it in the box, it is good for the much more good for the pigment. So this is the way I take care the pigment in during its storage. Yeah. But when I do the conservation process, the bluestone color, I use the animal glue to make it more stable. Yeah. So this is the two-way I do the treatment for the poultry. Okay.
Right.
Another question? Okay.
We have another question here.
Yeah. One of the question is, after we do exhibition, and when we put it into the box, do we need the do we need do any maintenance? Yeah. You can use the very softer brush to do some light surface cleaning. And then roll it into the box. Yeah. So that is if you can do it, it is good for the painting. Yeah, it is good for the painting. Yeah.
It's just a brush to brush off all the dirts.
Yes, that's the dirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So no more the other yeah.
Do we have any more questions from the audience?
Yeah, if you have any question, you can leave not now, but you can leave it give 南方林联育基金 or 南方大学 then they can pass the question for me, and then I can answer it again after the speech.
Yeah.
Okay. So if there are no more questions, and then Shojin, should we can
I think we have a very interesting and knowledgeable night staying with Professor Ling. So I would like to take this opportunity to re-emphasize on why is it important? Why do we need to do the conservation? It's because like what Professor Ling has said, it is a local pride, or in other way, it is our local collective memory and local collective pride. So it is very important because without knowing in depth of our past, we will not gain more confidence that we shall have towards our futures. So it is very important that we probably have to come to this crossroad to think about what we should do in order to conserve what we had in the past. So before we end, just to thank Southern Institute of Technical Education, which is belongs to Southern University College, in collaborations with the Department of Cultural Heritage Conservation, National Yunlin University of Science and Technology, and LLG Cultural Development Center Berhad to have these sessions. So thank you, Professor Ling, and thank you everyone who joined us on tonight. So we end here. Good night.
Okay, thank you everyone, and thank you Shoujin too.
Yeah.
Okay, hope see you soon in Malacca in
Yeah.
Malaysia. Okay, see you. Bye bye.